Because on his day, he beats any of them. I'm just saying, I will say it. I enjoy watching him. He's like a miniature Mike Tyson right now. A lot of people question his technique, his chin, question a lot about him, but he's performing. He's got the knockout factor. When he's fighting somebody, somebody's getting knocked out. He will beat any middleweight in the world on his day. He'll beat Triple G on his day.
Canelo.
Again, see, this is where we get a bit. This is Anthonyyarde, and this is my top 10 current fighters. Okay. Now this one's gonna tamper with a lot of people's emotions. Again, it's a hard one. I'm a current fighter as well. I haven't proven myself yet. I'm not gonna put myself in this list for my own reasons. When it comes to rankings and who I like to personally watch, I'm gonna give you these names. In no particular order. I'm gonna say Canelo. I feel like right now, I have to give Canelo a spot in the top 10 because his resume speaks for itself. He's fought all the best people out there. He's beaten all the best people out there, barring Floyd Mayweather. Fantastic knockout ratio, fantastic fighter, and I've only seen him get better and better. So Canelo, without a doubt, is up there in my top 10 current fighters. Number 2, and it's in no particular order, but again, my guy, Errol Spence. I was one of the people screaming his name from early, because again, when I went out to Vegas and I went to Flair's gym, etc., I saw him training. He's one of the few people that actually know in boxing from America, and I've said it from day one. Errol Spence is going to be a mad problem in boxing, and you're seeing it now. I would say he's in the run for even top 3 pound for pound right now. This is my opinion. Because of the people he's beat, how he's beaten them, he's made it look easy. Errol Spence is definitely in my top 10 current boxers. As I said, in no particular order, I have to mention this name straight after Errol Spence because it's a big thing going on right now. These two are going to have to fight at some point. Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford, again, has beat anyone that's been put in front of him. Fantastic fighter, great technician. I'm not even going to mention the whole mix-up between him and Errol Spence right now. I would say definitely Terence Crawford. One of the best out there, 100%. Now we're going to get into the heavyweights. Tyson Fury. The reason I would say Tyson Fury is in my top 10 current fighters is because he's faced adversity, not only in the ring and come through it, outside of the ring as well. So he's someone that, you know, he can be looked at as motivation. He can be looked at as inspiration outside of boxing as well. You know, facing a mental depression. When he was at the top of the sport, he just beat Klitschko and then he went through a mental depression, which is something a lot of people are fighting right now. So again, that's a separate topic. But again, anyone that's suffering mentally, my heart goes out to you as well because it is a thing that's being spoken about more and more. It is something that's hidden by people due to being embarrassed and things like that. And Tyson Fury, in my opinion, has been a fantastic advocate of that. Fantastic advocate. Was open and honest about, you know, drinking alcohol and having certain addictions, and he came through it. So that's why I feel that Tyson Fury is a massive advocate, not only in the ring and what he's achieved, but outside the ring as well. So Tyson Fury is definitely going to be in my top 10. And if he continues the way he's going, he'll be in my top 10 of all time as well. Okay, next in line, you can't forget Triple G. The thing about boxing is boxing ain't like football where you can lose 10 games in a row and then come back and have a good season and everyone still loves you. Arsenal was a perfect example of that. I'm an Arsenal fan. I am an Arsenal fan. And as much as my heart hurt at certain periods, I never left Arsenal. But in boxing, it's a lot different. You know, someone loses 1 or 2 fights, 3 fights, fans turn on them, etc. Going back to Triple G, he's lost 1 fight, and that's been against Canelo. But Triple G is undeniably a monster in the sport. So we can't forget Triple G. He would definitely be in my top 10 current fighters right now. Next on the list, we have to mention Manny Pacquiao. And the reason he's in this list, and I actually saved Pacquiao as well, the reason he's in this list and not the all-time list is because he's still current, he's still fighting. He gave Keith Thurman his first loss, Hall of Famer, fantastic hand speed, fantastic combination punching, and he went up in different weight classes and demonstrated on opponents. So Manny Pacquiao, king of the Philippines, is always going to be in my top 10. Talking about controversy, this list as well is about who I enjoy watching. It's not necessarily going to be It's going to be a mixture of who's, you know, pound for pound, who's had good performance, etc. But someone I enjoy watching and that's still proving himself fight by fight is Javonte Davis. You know, you can only fight who's been put in front of you. There's going to be a lot of talk now about what about Devin Haney, Teofimo Lopez, Lomachenko, all these other names. Not saying I'm not going to mention some of them. The reason I mention Javonte Davis right now is because I enjoy watching him. He's like a miniature Mike Tyson right now. He knocked out Santa Cruz. Javonte Davis is definitely going to be in my top 10 current fighters. Talking about that weight class, I'll mention next Lomachenko. The reason I'm going to keep Lomachenko in there, even though he's lost to Teofimo Lopez, I can't forget his past performances. He lost his last fight against Teofimo Lopez, but if you look at his performances before that, they called him Mr. Matrix for a reason. He was doing things in boxing that I've never seen before. Fantastic footwork, removing people's guards from their face, spinning around their opponent. Fantastic to watch. Javonte Davis and Lomachenko in the same weight class. I would love to see them fight. If I had to pick a top 10, Lomachenko, in my opinion, would definitely be in there. Next on the list, current fighters, I have to mention Anthony Joshua. A lot of people question his technique, his chin, question a lot about him, but he's performing. Other than the Ruiz fight, he's knocking out everybody. The pinnacle fights he's had, he's won them. But knocking out Klitschko was a massive win for him. Whether people like it or not, he's knocking out his opponents and he's entertaining the crowd. So I've got to put my hands up and say, my top 10 right now, Anthony Joshua is definitely in there. So, going off of Anthony Joshua and mentioning Tyson Fury, and I have to mention Deontay Wilder. Yes, he had a draw against Fury and then Fury, you know, annihilated him in the second fight. But Wilder's still a problem. This is just my opinion. When Wilder's fighting, all you guys out there that are saying he's rubbish and things like that and you don't like his technique, you're probably watching as well. When it comes to entertainment and wanting to see a knockout, you know, you never know what's going to happen with Deontay Wilder. That's the thing that's so entertaining about him. He's a good talker. I forgot who he beat, but afterwards he said, after fight interview, he said, you go and get hit, it's just when you get hit. Since that day, I became a fan. I'm a fan of, you know, the knockouts. Anyone that knows me knows I love seeing knockouts in boxing. He's got the knockout factor. When he's fighting somebody, somebody's getting knocked out. I'm sure everyone can agree on this. People might not like his technique, people might not like other things about him, and he can talk with the game as well. So with that being said, Wilder has to be in there within my top 10. There's loads of other fighters out there who I want to put in my top 10, but off the top of my head, these are fighters that I watch often.
What about Dillian Whyte?
Dillian Whyte is my guy. The thing that frustrates me about, not about Dillian Whyte as an individual, but about his situation is that he hasn't been given a chance. He hasn't been given a chance. And I feel like when he gets given a chance, he's going to perform. You know, he got given a chance early in his career against Anthony Joshua. It was a fantastic fight, entertaining fight. Joshua came out on top of it. And then again, this Povetkin thing. He was winning the fight against Povetkin. That would have been, in my opinion, his chance to get back in there and fight probably a Fury or a Joshua again. Dillian Whyte's my guy. He works hard, he's entertaining, and he needs his opportunity.
What about Billy Joe Saunders?
Billy Joe! How can I forget? See, this is what I'm trying to say. When it comes to a top 10, this is what makes it hard because Billy Joe's in that same category as Dillian Whyte. He has not been given the opportunity. He's undefeated still, and I feel like he will give these big names problems. I want him to have them opportunities, because on his day, he beats any of them. I'm just saying, I will say it. I will say it out there. He will beat any middleweight in the world on his day. He will beat Triple G on his day.
Canelo?
He'll, again, see, this is where we get a bit. Canelo is only getting better. This is why it's hard for me with Canelo, because Canelo is getting better each fight. I'm a boxer, so I can see certain things. And this is why someone like Callum Smith wasn't throwing no punches and just looked like he was literally on his back foot, just running for the whole fight, because Canelo's doing things which is stopping him from doing what he normally does. Billy Joe would have definitely been in there if he had his opportunity by now, but he hasn't had it. So I'll do this again in a couple of years. I can only talk about my personal top 10. If you want to see official top 10s, go and look at the box rec, go and look at ESPN top 10. But this is just personal to me. I've got my own personality. I like different things than everyone else will like. That's my top 10 current fighters in 2021. Make sure you like and subscribe. Even if you do not agree with me, if you watch the video, make sure you like and subscribe. And comment below, because I want to interact with you guys. I want to argue. I want to have debates. I want to go back and forth. So I might do another video responding to some of your comments. I might have some of your comments on the side page and go back and forth with you guys. So make sure you definitely like, subscribe, follow all the social media pages, and stay tuned. Lions in the camp. Love.